Nobody asked her to be that long. Absolutely nobody. Our plans have shifted a little bit, but we're still going to get ready together. I still have some other stuff that I can take care of. I'll be going to Atlanta tomorrow. I'm just going to go a lot earlier in the day, which actually works out better because we'll have more time out there. So I'm not really mad about that. But I did want to still sit down and kind of film this with you guys because that was my intention from the beginning. But because I'm going so early in the morning tomorrow, I'm not going to have time to film. So let's just call this like a trial and error using like the products that I kind of selected, because I did go through my makeup and kind of figure out what I wanted to use. Now, of course, I'm a brows before anything kind of girl, so I lifted them up with some of the brow gel. I used the Rare Beauty, but I also used a little bit of the Patrick Ta just because, is this Patrick Ta? Yeah. Just because I'm trying to get rid of this, honestly. I don't like that. I've told you guys that already before. So I'm going to take a little bit of concealer. This is the Nars Soft Matte Concealer in Sucre de Orge, one of my OG favorites. Honestly, the #1 product from Nars that I swear by and will continue to use forever. I feel like they might have a newer one, or it's at least for like highlighting, I guess. I'm thinking about trying it out, obviously in a deeper shade that's not so much like a bright highlight, but a little, if that makes sense. So I'm thinking about picking that up when I go to Sephora next, if they even have it in store, because I don't even know. But I did see it recently on TikTok. I was scrolling and a girl was like using it or whatever and talking about it. So I was a little intrigued. I feel like it's been out for a little while though. Might be late to the curve like I am with everything else, but you know what's new around here. I feel like I am sweating internally. I don't know what it is about this room where like the vent in here, it something needs to be checked up there, because this room gets really hot, and normally I like the fact that it's the warmest room, but it's a little too hot right now. So this will probably help like with the testing of all this makeup that we're putting on our face. By the way, I'm using the YSL skin tint. I want to see if I want to go with this tomorrow or if I just want to continue to use the skin tint from MAC, the studio one, because you guys know I love that one. But I've also had this one and I enjoyed it before, so I just kind of want to see which route I want to go. I only put a little bit on the face because I'm not trying to do too much, and we'll see if we need to like build it up or anything. And I'm just going to press that into the skin. I feel like just like the MAC skin tint, this one is just like very hydrating. This is also good for acne prone skin as well, which is why I bought it in the first place. It's a little lighter, but like not by much. And I'm not really putting too much on the forehead. I'm just kind of stamping it in the middle. And then when we do our like bronzer and stuff, that's the product that we're mainly going to focus over there. I don't like to just like cake up my forehead anymore with product. Looking back at old videos and just thinking about how I used to do my makeup, I used to use so much product, and for what purpose? What purpose, girl? We were just wasting things back then. But the prices are going up, okay? We need to reserve. Okay, now that I have that on, I'm going to jump into some concealer. I took out 2 different concealers, the Nars and the Makeup by Mario, because I wasn't sure which one I wanted to like put on with this foundation. Honestly, I feel like either of them would work. Nars is giving a little bit of a brightening effect, and of course Makeup by Mario is more toned down. I think I will start with a little bit of the Makeup by Mario. This is more like my skin tone. I'm just going to do like 4 lines. Keep it super simple. And I'm not going to put anything anywhere else just yet, because just in case I use the brightening concealer, then obviously I would rather have the brightening concealer in the rest of my face. So we're just going to start with the under eye and just kind of go from here on what we want to do. Because I don't want it to be like super bright, but I also don't want it to be like darker, if that makes sense. think this works. I really love the Makeup by Mario concealer. I forgot how nice it is, to be honest. And I believe this is self-setting. If I remember correctly. But we're still going to set, because baby, we're going to need it with this humidity. Should I finish with the creams, or should I go into setting my under eye? Let's just go ahead and do the cream. So I'm going to use the Patrick Ta bronzer and contour, or like this is actually called She Sculpted. It's the cream, contour, and powder bronzer duo. We are going to be using both of these for contour and bronzer. This is just an e.l.f. contouring brush. It's a little loose, but we're going to use her anyway. I don't know why I use this to try and blend. I don't know what I was thinking, y'all. But I do like this contour, even though I like to use it as bronzer. But I think it's a nice color. I'm going to make sure I get my forehead real good, too, without messing up the baby hairs. Do you do your baby hairs before you do your makeup or after? Let me know down in the comments down below. Because I feel like I'm very quiet, and that's not like me. Or is it? Sometimes I can be quiet. I don't know. I have my days. Like, I can be like on a high and talk too much. And then I could be on a low and then I'm quiet. Before I get too far into things, I'm going to use a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury. And this is just to set the T-zone. You know, honestly, getting this powder in a deeper shade to like set the bronzer might be a nice thing to do. Because it'll just help finish off the rest of the face and make everything just look so airbrushed and just smooth. Like you have a filter on it, I bet you. But I don't have a deeper shade. So, I'm going to take a little bit of the translucent honey powder from Laura Mercier. And I'm also going to apply that in my T-zone as well. Because like I said, we really want to make sure that we're properly setting everything. Because I know for a fact, a little sweat is going to break through. Like, can't help that. Not in this humidity. Everywhere is kind of different when it comes to like warm weather. Here, it definitely gives Florida vibes. I'm not gonna lie. The humidity outside is giving Florida. And Florida is hot, but it's humid more than anything. And that's the worst, because you can't even like roll down your windows for fresh air. You don't get nothing but hot air blowing at you. Like somebody blowing a hot breath. I do feel like I may need to go in with a little bit of the brow pencil, like in the front part of my brow. Because the thing about the Patrick Ta, this, whatever it's called, can't think of the name right now, brow gel, you cannot touch it after it sets. Because if you do, you are not going to like what you see. So you just got to leave it alone. So because I used a little bit of that on the brows, I'm just going to use pencil just to kind of create brow hairs in the front to kind of stick them upwards. Because I like my brows going up, not to the side, especially in the front, most importantly. So we're going to fix that. But before we get to that, we're going to set the bronzer. Oh, I do have an actual bronzer that I want to use. I was going to use the Sephora Micro Smooth to set my bronzer, but I forgot. We were going to use the powder that comes in here to do that. So just going to take this fluffy brush and let's go ahead and just add a little bronzer. I'm also going to apply this a little higher on the cheeks as blush as well, because I don't have a like brown or neutral colored blush. And that's something I also need to kind of put on my list to look for. Maybe the one from Dior. But I need like a bronzy kind of blush. So we'll see what we find. But this will do too. You can use bronzers, especially if you have like the Physicians Formula bronzer, where it's like a shimmery type of bronzer. You can use something like that as well as like blush / bronzer on your cheeks. That'll be real cute, especially in the summer, because it kind of like has a glow to it. So that's also nice to use if you like something with a glow. Watch my makeup turn out so nice today, and then tomorrow I'm going to be panicking because it's not going to look the same. Nah, let me not put that in the atmosphere. Let me not wish that for myself. Okay, we're almost done because we ain't doing too much more. I do have this Pat McGrath Labs. This is the baby pink, like brightening under eye situation. But honestly, I think I'm going to skip that. Thank you kindly. And I'm going to just use a little bit of my MAC medium tan. This is the mineralized skin finish. I'm going to use this just a little bit, just all over the face, to just kind of set everywhere I didn't set with my other powder that I used. I can't think right now, but yeah, just a nice little finishing touch on the skin. Looks very natural. And then I think the last thing we have to do is set our face. Oh no, I wanted to do the brows. So I want to create just a little bit of hairs, like right here in the front. And I'm going to use my Fenty mirror to do that because I'm going to need to look very closely. This is the Patrick Ta brow pencil, by the way. Yeah, I think tomorrow, well, I guess I can tell y'all when I'm done. Whoa, look at that hair that I just created. Nobody asked her to be that long. Absolutely nobody. Okay, let's see if we can fix it. It is so hot and I am more than ready to get up out this room, but I could not get up without closing out today's video. So again, I just want to thank you guys for watching, for hanging out with me. I will have all the products listed in the description down below, including the shades. And if you're curious or interested in other concealers, skin tints, foundations that I use that match me perfectly, I do have those listed in the description always. So make sure you check the description for any pertinent information, and if there's anything I'm leaving out, of course, just let me know. I'll add it there and obviously respond to your comment. Just make sure you guys stay locked in because there's more content like this to come. I love you guys, and I hope to see each and every one of you, as always, in the next one, whether that is a video or a vlog, whichever one comes first, girl.